live, so hopefully it has. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Have we got video?
I believe so.
Ah, okay. There we go. I can see now.
Yeah, I'm just going to take up the stream myself, so I'm able to actually see your run. Makes it easier to be a part of it.
Hello, everybody. At the NOG as well, of course. NOG. Right.
Okay, there we go. I got a visual now.
Okay, I think I'm pretty much all set. Actually, I need some audio, game audio. There we go. How's the game audio? Can you hear that okay?
Sounds fine on my side.
Excellent. That's what we want to hear. Thank you for letting me do this remotely, by the way. Glad to I can be a part of it.
Too bad you couldn't make it here, but hey, we'll make it work.
Yeah, exactly. Right, well, I am ready to start. It's 11:30 on the dot, so that's keeping up with the schedule.
Yeah, perfectly. Yep, whenever you're ready.
Right, let's hope for a good run. So this is obviously on the Japanese version, of course.
Yeah, and the reason for using the Japanese version, for those not familiar?
Two main reasons. One is that there's less text, and there's also a few minor glitches which can only be done on the Japanese 1.0 version. You'll see some of them later in the run, but they're pretty minor, but they do look cool.
Indeed, they do. And total, how much does it save to use the Japanese version? A couple of minutes?
Not even as much as that. I think it's about 70 seconds for an 80%, and 90 seconds for 100%, give or take.
Okay.
And I need to deinterlace the game feed apparently. Let's see if I can do that quickly.
Oh yeah, that's the option that always goes away.
Okay, well that should be looking better than it just was, I hope.
I'm guessing you did the stair wobble there. If you want to explain that real quick.
Yeah, throughout the whole run I will be stair pumping and wall pumping, pretty much, or stair wobbling. Which, well, they're very different. The stair wobbling is you just, while you're holding up, you mash left and right alternately, and that increases Link's speed as he climbs upstairs. But it's only on stairs which you don't climb automatically, so that one I just passed wouldn't be. But it's ones you manually climb, it will speed up. And wall pumping gives you a pixel boost every other frame pretty much. And it only works when you're travelling left or up. And when you're doing that, if you just mash into the wall, you'll increase your speed very slightly.
Right, and this works because this game has a very quirky engine, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. That's as good an explanation as any.
Right.
Some people are much better at it than I am. It's quite hard to do on a SNES pad. And some people use two hands. I just kind of wobble my thumb over the D-pad, and I find that I get more consistent results that way.
Right, but it's technically easier to do on a keyboard maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. A keyboard allows for greater precision with this game and how it works.
Right, right.
Knocked back by the mace guard there. Lots of button mashing as well.
Important. It's a skill.
And then
oh yeah, and maybe also explain why you got the lamp there.
You can pick it up in 3 different places. Picking up the lamp there means that 1, I don't need to switch to my boomerang, so it saves a menu switch. And 2, it's just the closest chest to pick up from. It's the quickest one. So 2 small reasons.
Because usually you'll get the lamp in your house, or your uncle's house.
Yeah, you'd think so. Unless you're brave and you decide not to ransack your own house.
Right, right.
That would be the place that most people would get the lamp. There's also a thing called stairwell lag, which when you come in or out of a staircase like this where you change floors, if you hold either left or right for 1 frame before you move another direction, you will eliminate some of the lag that you would have had otherwise.
Yeah, I've heard this. Is that hard to execute?
No, not at all. You literally just hold left or right.
Oh, so it's not a timing thing.
No, you just need to make sure you move at least 1 frame, if not more, as you come out of a staircase.
Okay, gotcha.
No, the lantern is in all 3 locations on all versions, as far as I'm aware. It's not exclusive to the Japanese version.
I believe there's another item that works the same way. Is that the boomerang or something?
Yeah, the
red boomerang?
Well, the blue and red boomerang can be gotten in a couple of different locations. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Not the best of snakes. I'm probably going to be grabbing the Sanctuary Heart container.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like literally 3 to 5 seconds, and it gives me a nice safety net.
So that's one you would probably cut for, I don't know, Master Sword races, and sometime decide to keep it in any %?
Yeah, I would normally grab it, unless I'm going for like really trying to beat my personal record or something. If it was like a race, then I would probably be grabbing that. Depends how brave I'm feeling.
Also, yeah, there was just a glitch when you entered the room with the levers. Turning right at the door avoids 1 piece of text, right?
Yeah, you skip a text box if you make sure you move your X coordinate against the wall before you then go down.
Right.
Pretty stupid thing, but...
Very, but yeah. The less text, the better, huh?
Exactly. So not strictly necessary to grab that in an 80%, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you aeons of time, exactly.
Exactly. It's a pretty good start. Not a bad escape at all.
Right. I didn't catch the split. Was it a sub 6?
Yeah, it was I think 554, maybe 555.
Alright, good stuff. I remember a time where you couldn't get sub 6s, and now it's probably every day.
Yeah, if I don't get a sub 6 nowadays, that would be an instant reset for me.
Right.
Or it'd be me being really angry at myself if it was in a race.
Yeah. Important part of speedrunning, I think.
Indeed. That's a bit slow there. So I do that occasionally, because I'm wall pumping, I'm mashing left and right, so the boomerang will hit the wall.
Alright, right.
But that's fine, because there's a few hearts I can pick up in here. I think I need to invest in a new SNES controller. This one's getting pretty worn out.
Oh. Did you buy it new or used when you got the setup?
It was a used.
Okay, yeah. Does it have a lifespan of whatever.
Yeah, not
It's
long.
impossible. Yeah.
You could technically skip that arrow there, but it would be relying on a random drop from enemies later on. So
Right.
again, it's playing a little safer and grabbing that to make sure I have enough ammo for the boss.
Yeah, sure. And this is, you would probably drop it in a race or something?
Well, Crystal would definitely drop it in a race, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, well.
Sig would probably drop it also. Although any serious attempts at a world record, then yeah, you should take the optimum route, which would skip that. So
Right. About that, are you going to eventually submit a run to SDA?
yeah, I would like to. It's just the thing for me is getting the correct recording set up,
Okay.
and once I've got that sorted, I will try a bit harder to. I've actually tried attempts to get a time I'm happy with.
Yep.
Wouldn't normally kill that skeleton, but he got in my way.
Alright, good night, Mark. We'll see you at 5:30, was it? And yeah, let's go for that 100 viewers. How many viewers do you have on average, Chris, on your streams?
Um,
About like a 150?
150 is quite high. It really depends on what I'm doing and who else is streaming and what time it is.
Alright.
They're really important factors, but usually between 50 and 100 as a safe average, I'd say.
Okay.
So hopefully... Okay, I didn't get the drop that I needed, so... Actually, I do have enough arrows.
How many is needed for the boss fight?
18.
Right. That's pretty much as good as it gets.
Lost a few seconds though, but I'm not surprised.
Oh yeah, I mean the boss fight was smooth.
Yeah, not a bad boss fight.
Right.
But... yeah, sloppy start to Eastern. Here's why I lost some time there.
3.5 seconds. Not a total disaster, but I guess you're picky when it comes to this.
We're getting through the light world is probably one of the hardest parts because there's a lot of random elements in
Right.
the desert boss and the Moldorm, of course. No one likes Moldorm.
Also often referred to as Trolldorm, I believe.
Yeah, and justifiably so.
Right.
Well, there's some pretty consistent strats, but
Yeah, no, I've seen enough to know that it's not a walk in the park for
they're
most
not
people.
100%, unfortunately. Yeah.
Right.
And we've got the
So-
bomb jumps as well, which I should not miss, but you never know.
Right.
At this stage, my main worry is that I missed the red drop in there because it didn't drop in a good spot, so I'm going to have to, at a later point, go out of my way to get a few more extra rupees.
Right, right. Getting a request from the streamer for you to beast it. He just want to see red times on the splits, apparently.
I will try my best. Although, if in my splits, if there's anywhere I should gain time, it is most likely to be Turtle Rock and my Ganon fight. But
Yeah, so towards the end of the run, basically.
yeah, exactly. But everyone knows how poor my Ganon fights usually are. And
Sadly, I do, yeah.
I have practiced them for hours, and my consistency with him is so poor.
Never go smooth, huh?
Not when I'm ahead of my run or something.
I think the last run I saw you do, you missed the infamous lantern glitch.
Yeah, I did actually. I don't know how you can even do that, especially if you were going for the lantern rather than the fire rod.
Crystal says in the stream here, donate for bottom T-Rock skip.
$1,000.
Okay, I do not know what this is, I think.
It's like a bunch of frame-perfect mirror glitches that will allow you to get into the second half of Turtle Rock quickly. And it's like nigh impossible, almost, on a console.
But Crystal does it, right?
No, it's like an out-of-bound glitch, so that's not a...
Ah, right, okay.
God, my D-pad just went weird.
Oh, and thank you for tuning in, Crystal. Nice to have you here.
So she can laugh at my abysmal performance.
Hopefully, it will be a smooth run, right?
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Stupid dash.
Well, you locked out and didn't have to do the 100% run, so there's no digging game, there's no chest game.
But at least then I could blame the error on random things.
Ah, okay, fair enough, yeah. It's nice to have something to blame.
But no, should be fine. Not the best, but not the worst there. There's probably so many tricks and things which I've not made a note of or not talked about. Because it's hard to know what the common knowledge of this game is.
It's true. I'm just asking some stupid questions just to make sure everyone who don't necessarily know them get some inside info.
Pulling on the chest.
That's a new one.
So Lamel is kind of the first deciding factor of whether a run is going to be good or bad.
Right, indeed. And what's a good run for you? 3 or 4 cycle?
Yeah, I just did a practice Master Sword before this, and I got a 3 cycle. But if I could replicate that again, I'll be happy.
Right.
So a trick I just did there was key dashing, which I will explain in a bit more detail in time to come. Oh. Taking extra damage that I do not need to.
Yeah. Well, it's bound to happen when it's streamed live, right?
Yeah. Very bad first cycle. Okay, I managed to salvage a 4.
Okay. Not the smoothest, but not the worst?
Considering that first cycle, a 4 cycle there is very good.
Oh yeah, because so much is determined by the first cycle, right?
Yeah, the first cycle is really important. And I only landed,
right.
I think, 1 arrow. Or maybe 2. There's some quicker strats to exit the desert, but I have not learned them yet. It will save some amount of frames.
Right. ACMLM. Wasn't he... I was just talking about him in the stream chat. Wasn't he a task specialist or something before he started running?
He had a message board, ACMLM board, which had a lot to do with... Well, he's in the chat, he can explain it much better than I can.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, he has been getting good late, hasn't it?
Yeah, he pretty much will be the one who precedes me in most races at this point.
Oh, I think so.
Well, it's statistics. He would usually get second place to me.
Okay. Good stuff.
He's improved very much. I shouldn't have shot that. He's also provided a lot of useful information about how to accurately record Link to the Past and SNES games in general. A lot of technical findings and things. Oops, I thought I had another text box because I was talking.
.135. I remember when you started aiming for the 135, Chris.
Yeah, I thought to myself that I'd never break it. Hopefully this...
I remember, yeah.
He's inside the door frame, that's hilarious.
Oh, what? I think I never saw that before, actually.
Well, I'd usually stun him, but he was in a place where he could have blocked me, so I was a bit hesitant.
Okay. Also, just for whoever is watching from my side of the pond here, I mean, you have some SRL people here, they know what's up. But to those who don't know, how long have you been playing Zelda 3?
I started December last year.
Right.
So, what's that, 8 months now?
Oh, it's okay. I remember like one of your first runs, I just tuned in randomly. It was my first time on SRL as well.
Oh, really?
Shoutouts to SRL. I have had many hours of entertainment from that place.
Indeed, SRO is a great community and very, very fun.
Yeah, indeed. And I believe they just got a new site as well.
Yeah, they recently launched Cosmo and Giano, and Gucci and a few others worked on that. It is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
It's got
really
a
nice.
few kinks that they're going to work out.
Okay, but you gotta have those.
Yeah, exactly. See, there's a trick in this room, but it's pretty impossible. I used to be okay with it, but on D-pad it's hard, and lately, because my D-pad's getting worn out, I've found it even harder. It requires a 4-frame input of 4 different
Doesn't
frames.
Oh, I was gonna say it didn't sound that bad, but okay, never mind that. I stand corrected.
But, yeah, these are things that... Ugh.
And what exactly does it do?
Basically, it will hit the switch, and then you can be on the other side of where the blocks come up. So in the next room, you won't need to boomerang the switch. So it saves like a bit of time there, because you have to wait in the tie room anyway.
Is this a new strategy? Because I don't think I ever saw this.
Pretty new, yeah.
Okay. It's so nice that the game is still developing new strategies after all these years.
Yeah, Crystal is working hard on what is called God Task 2, which is a tool-assisted speedrun. You can hit that for safety, even though I probably don't need to. And it's basically trying to optimise the game to its full potential.
Right.
Once she's done that, that's when she's really going to start doing like attempts to get records on console and such.
Right.
Okay, you got the bomb jump.
Right, and you use the dash to... What does it do? Extends your jump a little?
Yeah, you basically got triple the frames. It goes from 2 frames to 6 frames. So your window is 3 times as big.
Right. And this is also sort of new, right?
Kind of new.
I would like to say like 4 or 5 months, maybe.
Probably about that, yeah.
Okay, yep.
Ugh, can't believe I just did that.
Oh, wow. Getting trolled by Moldorm before he even enters the stage. That's nice. Oh, and there's always the risk of falling down here, unless you hold your sword charge, right?
Yeah, if you're holding your sword and he pushes you against the edge, you can prevent falling off. See,
right.
That was a slow fight. So, yeah, time lost. I think the Master Sword time's going to be okay, but obviously room for
Oh,
improvement.
what's a good Master Sword timing on any percent? Like 25?
Yeah, I used to aim for sub 25. Now I have the sub 24
Oh,
for
of
30
course.
in an amazing run. So 24:45 or below I would be happy with it.
Okay.
Yeah, a few close calls there by now. What's coming up next on the NLG stream?
I'm gonna have to double check, but I believe it's Mystery Game. Yes, which is myself, sadly, and Ulf, Hippo Batman, who played Star Tropics just now. We are going to be fraudulent at a fighting game we barely know. We're gonna take on online opponents and probably make asses of ourselves, but hey.
Yeah, well, I kind of had to miss out a bit on what was I going to say? On what you've done so far, because I only just made it back in time for my own session, but I'm definitely going to be watching from here on out.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming up. A lot of F-Zero and GoldenEye, which is like the main part of the stream, but there's a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, I really want to see some of the GoldenEye.
Oh yeah,
I used to love that game as a kid. I'm terrible at it,
Okay.
of course, but
Cool.
it'd be nice to see what the pros in that game are like.
Yeah. I am the same way. I don't play the game, but I immensely enjoy watching it, and this is just absolutely brilliant to watch these guys. We also have, well, those are the three strong communities we represent here. Mario Kart, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, and F-Zero.
Okay, as Mike's just said, I'd like to catch some of the F-Zero. I imagine that is very impressive to see.
Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else we could mention about the speed of the run itself by now?
How do you mean? Is in tricks and glitches, or...?
Yeah. There's always small things, but it's probably so common to you that you don't even notice anymore.
Well, key dashing was what I was going to mention earlier, which is when you're dashing into a locked door, you can prevent Link getting knocked back, and to do that you have to start your dash at a multiple of 4 frames from the door. I almost messed up then.
Okay.
Sorry, I find it really hard to talk and play at the same time sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. Just tell me to shut up and I will for a while.
No, it's fine, honestly. But I will probably lose my train of thought.
Okay, fine. Doesn't matter. I noticed in the first room, I believe, of this castle, there's like 2 guards that you charge your sword to kill.
Yes,
Is there not a new strat with some arrows there?
there is, but that is something which I haven't learned.
Oh, have you tried it?
I have not. I haven't. There's been a few small improvements lately, and I haven't had time to sit down and learn them just yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't actually streamed myself in about a week or so, except for the Sunday races.
Right, yeah, I noticed. So Crystal tells us that getting a heart in a fairy is bad luck, so I'm guessing you wanted bombs and arrows?
I wanted nothing or just a heart,
Oh, okay.
because I would want the fairy to drop straight away in Turtle Rock. Now that's not going to be an option.
Because of the
It's based on how the
price
packs
pack. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I would explain that, but I don't know the intricate workings of. But each enemy group has a specific price pack of drops.
Basically, there's like 8 sets, or maybe it's 7. I think it's 8 of different prize packs. It's just basically an order of 8 items which will drop, and then all the enemies in the game are designated to one of those categories.
Right.
And then each time you kill an enemy, there's a 50-50 chance that it will drop an item from its prize pack. And then it advances 1 along its prize pack each time you kill one.
So, contrary to what one might believe, the item drops are not completely random.
Yes, exactly. They're very much predictable. There's a few exceptions to that. such as one of the prize packs, which has the bombs in, is 100% rate.
Oh, okay.
And if you like freeze an enemy and hit him with a hammer, there's a few other things required to go with it.
Okay.
Right, let's hope for good blue ball luck.
Right, so this part is in... is it 50-50 or something to get blue balls, or...
I don't think anyone knows. We've...
Oh.
Basically, the first... There's basically a cycle of 5 is the easiest way to describe it.
Okay. Then he'll do a lightning.
He does... Well, the 5th is the lightning, and the 1st is a yellow ball, and the 3 in the middle can be a yellow ball or a blue ball.
Oh, so you're guaranteed 1 yellow for each cycle.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
I can't believe that I got 0.
Alright. That's got you some time there, for free.
Yeah, that was pretty damn lucky. That's very rare.
Like Mike89 says here, you just won RNG the game.
Yeah, pretty much. In my PB, I think I had 5 blue balls, or maybe 3. I can't quite remember, but it had an extra lightning phase, so it does waste a bit of time.
Okay, that's a little harsh.
Yeah. Paladino. Let's not mention the fact that I've made green time because of luck, not skill.
Yeah, we'll forget in a moment.
I will be very, very unlikely to skin time in this segment because the split I'm against is my best ever Palace of Darkness, and it was literally pretty much as high as I could get it to my standards. Although maybe I've improved since then, I don't know.
We'll see. How long is it ago since you set the personal best?
A fair while, actually. I honestly have no idea what the date is. In my archive, it will have a date of when I highlighted it, but I don't know off the top of my head. Of course, starting to get warmer here. Yeah, I saw some talk of the monkey strat crystal, but it went over my head. I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, that's the first I hear of it too.
You can do some kind of movement to save some time, but I don't exactly know what it is.
Always.
Yeah.
Some sort of movement. How many blue balls, Cypher? Zip, 0, zilch, nada.
Yeah, 0 Cypher. Pretty damn lucky. I'll open the window in a sec. I grab a few extra bombs here than is necessary for the Ice Palace. Oh, wow.
Okay, that was certainly not something I'm used to happening.
Twice, wow. I'm just going to kill the guy.
Fair enough.
Or dodge him, I guess. That's really bad. I rarely fall there.
Yeah, does that happen a lot?
No, not with the method I use. I'm very
Right.
surprised I fell.
And you're taking some extra time to pick up coins here. Just a quick explanation why.
Coins, the rupees, I need 210. I'm going to later pick up a 300 rupee chest, so I need 500 for the flippers and 10 to temper my sword. I could also do with a heart drop here. I got one. Very disappointing to fall twice on the bridge.
Yeah, that was a strange one. So you have a lot of, in the venue, people are watching your stream as well. There's a lot of old school gamers here who haven't actually seen a Link to the Past speedrun before.
Nice.
With a pretty nice smirk around their faces, seeing something new, I think.
Oh, I'm glad I can provide some fresh entertainment, that's always good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
See, because I sustained all that damage, I have to take some time out there to pick up those hearts. And there, line arrows, so I had to top up. You can expect a big loss in this segment now because of that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember being a kid and seeing the, I don't know, I should call it a cutscene, but where the walls move. That was like so epic in 1992, whatever.
Check out these graphics, wow.
Just not used to it.
Alright, let's try the new strats. Okay, that went pretty well.
Okay. That's one of the iffier rooms, right?
Yeah, there's
Only
a
the-
reliant strat for it, but there we go, got my piece.
Oh, and also this, I'll just wait until after the boss fight.
Okay, pretty okay fight. Wow, look at all that time lost though.
Yeah, smooth enough fight. Yeah, you're holding the sword out while you're hammering. This might not be a known trick.
Basically, as soon as your sword hits his mask, you then use the hammer, and it stops you walking into him or him walking into you because you'll get deflected.
Yeah, so it works as a shield almost.
Yeah, pretty much. You're using your sword as a shield, essentially.
Yep.
And then after you break his mask, it has nothing to do with the sword. Then I'm then using Link's shield to line up where I need to be to use the hammer on him. So it's like two very distinct, different phases of the boss fight.
Right, indeed.
And that boss fight went pretty well.
And it's one of the more annoying boss fights?
It can be, yeah, in the second phase, if he shoots a lot of red fireballs, which...
And swings his tail at the same time.
And rushes you down to the door frame at the bottom, yeah. It's like,
okay,
it's
right.
like almost unavoidable, to be honest. I didn't get any red balls, which is very lucky there. And a lot of boinks. Wow. There's the second hammer dash, but the first one that you can really see properly.
Right. The other one was with the turtles before the boss, right?
Yeah, exactly. You just have to... Oh, wow. Press the hammer and the dash on the same frame. It works with any item, well, almost every item, to have different effects, and that's the Japanese 1.0 only glitch.
Exactly, yeah. Some items it does no good for you.
Yeah, I think the bomb, for instance, is useless, and the book, and a few others.
Right. Also, you just bounced against two bushes. This is not what I learned in physics class, but
Yeah.
what happens if you hit them? How exactly do you have to hit them? You have to two at a time.
It can just be one. It depends on the pixel that you. I'm bouncing into everything at the moment. It depends on the pixel that you dash into. I'm not sure how big the window is to make you rebound. Probably no more than 2 pixels, I would have thought.
Right.
Going to be skipping the safety net and bottle here.
And how much time do you save by skipping the safetiness?
I think it's about 45 seconds, something like that.
Okay.
Quite a substantial amount of time in a... it can make all the difference. But then you've got to add on the time it takes to get fairies, and then if you use one, you have to go and recapture them. Easily a minute added on to the time.
Right. And when you're fighting for seconds, or in some cases frames, that's not good.
Exactly, yeah. Very disappointing Palace of Darkness though. It would have been a very, very good run otherwise, so far.
Right. Still very enjoyable to see all the tricks. And there was one right there with the switches, the teleports from light to dark world. There's some way to save frames there?
Yeah, a quick warp. I actually missed the portal and ran around like a lunatic for a little while.
Right.
I'm not going to pretend that that's what you're meant to do. But basically, if you think of every 8 frames, there's a 2 pixel window. Well, actually, every 6 frames, the next few frames will give you a quick warp, and it just cuts off some of the animation and saves you a bit of time. So, within each warp, you need to enter it at a specific place, and it will cut the animation short.
Working as intended, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, pixels, not frames.
Right, I actually thought there were different pixels on each, or many of the portals.
Well, yeah, it depends where they're placed in the overworld. So, each portal is unique. You need to learn whereabouts to stand for each one. Okay, this is Hellway. This is not a nice room in the game. Okay, that was pretty nice though.
Oh wow, yeah, nice salvage there.
Saw a little gap and went for it.
Fair enough.
I've got to say, the stream delay is very small at the moment, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I would put it at like maybe 4 seconds. Yeah, about 4.
So of course bomb open that hole so that I can turn the lying maid into a boss.
I remember the first time playing this, having the maid with me and then turning into blind. That was scary.
This game's too scary. 18 plus only.
Whoa, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a nice strat. The hammer there works well. Oh, 5 arrow drop, perfect.
Okay, smooth. Task arrows, okay, so they are very useful right there, I guess.
It's just very rare for, some enemies you have to kill, and it's rare that they give you a drop that you actually need, if that makes sense.
Okay, so what's the next thing you're going to use arrows for? doesn't matter. You just want to keep the count high, I guess.
I'm going to be using a lot on Vitreous, but may well be using some before then. I can't think off the top of my head what is next.
But you're picking it up with the foresight, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Planning for the future. Alright, let's see if I can get the Cypher strat, or something close to it at least.
Yeah, there is a sort of strat for this boss, but it's a little hard to pull off.
When you're not practiced at it, anyway.
Right.
That went pretty